Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, this is Forgotten Camel, and welcome to Hearts of Iron 4. Now, recently I got this game, probably about a week ago, and I was playing it, getting familiar with it, and I realized that I've been playing it quite a bit, that I really ought to start recording. That way it'll be easier for me to upload videos when I don't feel like recording other games. So, we're going to start a new game. Let's start with 1936, I guess? And how about we choose other countries? So we're gonna choose, like, we're gonna go to the regular Iron mode and historical focuses. For achievements, no cheats or modified game save. Okay, so I have historical focuses on, and I don't know what happened, but things are slightly better, I suppose. So, I am going to be China. I believe they're communist. So we're gonna go commie, I guess. And just to avoid communist uprisings, I suppose. And we are going to go against Japan, which can be rather difficult. The only ones that will likely help us is Russia. So this will be a little bit troublesome. Let's go. So, we lack resources apparently. Rubber and aluminum. Wow, I should lack a lot of resources. That's kinda surprising. But as soon as Japan decides to go with war with us, I'm sure we'll be fine. So, we got basic infantry equipment and into warfighter. Man. Wow, we really do need trade. Let's change this to a destroyer. Nah. Let's go ahead and find trade. Let's get trade from the Soviet Union. You shall be our allies. And we will also want some of that. And rubber. From the Soviets. Can we not get rubber from the Soviets? Let's get some from Siam. There we go. Now let's go ahead and get a national focus. Let's see. Should I go army effort or political effort? Let's go with the army effort. I think we're going to need that, as well as some research. So I'm gonna get this, support weaponry, and wow, we really need improved weaponry, so wow, 142 days? Huh. I wonder what they will help us out with getting extra research. Huh. Apparently industrial effort gives you extra research. I'm going to want to do that later. After this, I guess. But yeah. Let's go ahead and start. I think I want to recruit an army. Holy cow. Who wants to... Huh. It's only a few troops. So, we have a very small force of troops here. I'm going to start training them. I can't get rid of these horsemen. They're kind of useless to me. But let's add a unit. Oh yeah, I just realized we lack support stuff. We're going to need that later on. Let's go ahead and build some tanks. We're going to need that. I am going to want a lot of construction here. And then, once these are all built, yeah, I'm going to want to also put some defenses right over here. There's just too much danger of invasion right there. There are some good areas of defense, thankfully. Okay, so with that done, let's Let's build some more of these. I'm going to save some of these for synthetic refineries. So apparently we don't have the equipment right now. It would be really nice to have some equipment and some other things. We are just notoriously outmatched. I have never played China before, so let's go ahead and go fast. I want to befriend Soviet Union. We need to be friends. I actually have no idea how we're going to defeat the enemy with so little resources. We have, like, the total manpower, 4.98 million. Yet we're just so under... We just need new stuff really quick. So the army effort will be done in about 20 days. I want to go to industrial as quickly as possible. And then, I don't know, just switch it between army and industrial. Whoa. After a long retreat of the Communist Party of China's Red Army, they have managed to regroup and establish themselves in Shaanxi. Their continued efforts to turn the rural population against us and seek support from the Soviet Union suggest that they might grow more powerful if left to their own devices. However, many of the surrounding warlords, despite supporting our government, are unwilling or unable to make the necessary sacrifices for an effective attack. It's currently unclear whether the Red Army is still recuperating or ready to face us in battle. But time is not on our side. To strengthen our political position, we need to strike against the communists. I suppose we could strong-arm local warlords, but I really want to go communist. I mean, I seriously want to go communist. Our commitment to routing the Red Army has been successful, at least for now. Despite gaining information about the attack, the communists decided to confront our forces and lost. They have now been forced to withdraw further, and many of the locals have grown skeptical of their ability to deliver on their promises of overthrowing our government. You know, maybe we should turn fascist? I don't know. And our manpower gets 10,000 less, but political power of 200. So that's nice. We have unassigned divisions, and I really want more troops. We only have 294,000 on the field. I want there to be 1 million. Oh man, that's going to be really slow. Army effort's still going on. I can't puppet a country. I should really go communist. Screw this. Communism for the world. Clash with the communist guerrillas. With both us and the Chinese Red Army barely having recovered from our previous offensive, our mature troop presence close to the border has reignited the conflict. In addition to the local warlords and militias, we have considered moving in more troops from elsewhere. Although this may not give us opportunity to crush the communist menace once and for all, it would be an important ideological victory to show that they will not be allowed to expand further. So, apparently I'm going to start a border war with what? What in the world is Sichuan? Apparently it was Shaanxi and this guy and Henan and Hubei? I don't even know where that is. Either way, we're going to end up starting a border war, so... Despite our efforts to push show that the communists will not be allowed to expand their influence outside of where they have currently taken refuge, we could not afford to commit enough resources to win the conflict along the Hubei border. The sporadic conflicts with communist militia slowly turn out more and more in their favor, which in the end made the command a failure in demonstrating that we had the situation under control. If their popular support keeps increasing, the communists could turn out to be a genuine threat. Troubling. So, that didn't work out. Do you think maybe we should go fascist instead? I'm starting to think going fascist might be a good idea. Currently, Japan... I wonder what Japan's doing. What are you guys doing? Navy primacy, so they're not focusing on us, but they really hate us, so... Maybe I should get them to like us. Then after that, stab them in the back! Because fascism rules! Either way, I want to take over all of China. We will unite all of China. Ooh, I can now add political power, so let's go fascist. Whoops. The Chinese people have a noble history, a history they've been made to forget under the weak, cowardly rule of Kuomintang. They claim to represent the people, but can some feeble state enforce the will of the people? Only by spilling the blood of these traitors can we fulfill our destiny. The fascist speakers in China have made no secret of what they think of our current rulership and political system. Speeches like these have tapped into public dissent that is particularly pronounced in the more conservative section of the military. That was really hard to say. So, I do not want, I really don't want a coup to happen, because that could really destroy this country, because we barely even have a proper military. I mean, there are a lot of troops, but you can hardly call them a proper military. Plus, these guys are backed by Russia, so we can't have that. Several high-ranking members of the Chinese military have expressed support, some privately and some openly, for the fascist movement in China. Well, of course, they're like feudal warlords, so why not? They feel the Kuomintang have forgotten how important discipline and patriotism is to keeping the country together, and are increasingly annoyed by the army being treated by the government as more of a tool than one of the nation's most important institutions. Some of them go as far as to suggest that a new government is needed, one that knows how to lead China with strength and tradition into the next half of the century, and hopefully unite all of China for a few centuries. This faction may not be predominantly politicians, but some of them have gained positions in the Department of Defense. If these developments continue, they may have sufficient political support to execute a coup. Ooh, finally finished research of that. Now I can upgrade the weaponry. And we only have 9 of this. I really need to construct military stuff. So let's move this up a little bit. Move down. Man, building this stuff takes a really long time. The industry, holy cow. It's already the 10th of June too. Okay. Now we are researching support equipment, which we most desperately need. After that, we're going to have to start researching industrial, because things are going a little bit too slow for me. We desperately need the weaponry. Holy cow, we're not producing much weaponry only. We're only producing 14 a day? Oh man, you'd think they could build more. Okay, we got some support equipment, finally. Wow. And with that, we can start building some support equipment for our troops, which they most desperately need. So, support equipment! Hip hip hooray! So we have enough political power to add more political power. Yes, we have a political power gain. Which should be good. So we're befriending the British Raj. I'm hoping to make them fascist. Because, you know, they got a huge amount of resources. They should have a huge amount of resources. Yes, they have quite a bit of resources on them. They got a lot of tungsten and chromium. Lots and lots of tungsten. So, external pressure from the Soviet Union for the end of hostilities between us and the Chinese Red Army has led people in the ranks taking matters into their own hands. 2 generals have had Chiang Kai-shek arrested, attempting to force a truce between us and the communists to unite China against external threats. International pressure for a peaceful solution, along with the weakness of China divided in this era, are factors in favor for establishing a united front. What course should we take? There will be no cooperation against external threats, cause screw the communists! Where are my troops? Ah, there they are. So, we are at 48% fascism. I can't wait to go completely fascist. We will have the greatest military known to man. And we get an extra research slot. Thank goodness. With that, we can research even more stuff. Some will say they saw it coming. Both of those who warned against the dangers of fascism and those who extolled it as the savior of China have found their prophecies made reality today, as the military in Shanghai overthrew the Kuomintang-led government and seized power. Chiang Kai-shek is missing, rumored to have gone into exile. And the coup has been met with little initial resistance. The new Chinese leadership has no plans to allow resistance to grow, either. Martial law has been declared, and with the changes that are underway, whatever comes after is unlikely to be very different. A strong state is needed. So, political power gain plus 10% for 730 days. Good. Reorganize nationalist China. Yes! And I want you as well to be a part of us. But first, improve relations. There's a justification of war goals against us. From whom? Japan is justifying a war goal against us? That's not very nice. I'm trying to take out China. I mean, reunite all of China, and you want to declare war against me? That's not very nice. Send troops to defend this area. Holy cow, that's a lot of Japanese troops. So let's add a new army over here. Japanese soldiers recently launched an attack on the strategic Marco Polo Bridge just south of Beijing, but they were repelled by our brave soldiers. No doubt this is an orchestrated event aimed at placing blame on us and forcing us to surrender more territory, just like the Mukden incident when the Japanese invaded Manchuria. How should we respond? I'm going to not allow them to mess with me, and I'm also going to improve my political efforts. Japanese and Chinese forces have skirmished and inconclusively over the strategic Marco Polo Bridge located just southwest of Beijing. Reorganized nationalist China has rejected Japan's demands for apologies and territorial concessions, claiming instead that the breaking point of Japanese aggression has been reached. Diplomats fear that the volatile situation could result in a war at any time. That's right, you Japanese scum! Not 1 inch! Not 1 inch closer! Ooh, Japanese buildup on the Chinese border. Following the Marco Polo Bridge incident, Japan has not let down their pressure onto the Chinese border, in conjunction with aggressive Japanese rhetoric. Speaking of terrible retaliation for reorganized nationalist China's refusal to cooperate, a renewed war between Japan and reorganized nationalist China seems more and more likely by the day. The diplomatic situation will soon reach a boiling point, and Japan has expressed no interest in diffusing the situation. Those vicious imperialist invaders! Japan will be destroyed for this! We shall take all of Japan! Yes! Ooh, Japan has declared war against Shang-Chi. That's nice. And they have now declared war. Oh dear, whatever shall I do? We are in a lot of trouble. We are in trouble, man. So let's go ahead and send more troops over here. Wow. That's a lot of troops that are heading in after us. Losing the battle, it'll last less than a day. I really do not want them heading straight towards us. Huh, they're actually trying to invade from right over there. That's nice. How nice of you to try to invade from right over there. That's a very, 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 very bad decision. Especially for you. So we should be fine. Hopefully. It'll last for like 34 or so days. Fuck. That's not good. They've managed to invade our territory. I have to send troops over. I really, really have to send troops over. I'm in so much trouble. Dangerous naval invasion. Everywhere there's a dangerous naval invasion. Where am I supposed to stop a naval invasion? It's also gonna... Oh, how did you get in? Come on, send more troops over. I'm sure you'll be fine. Send even more troops. Ah, blasted Menkoko. Oh shit, they pushed us back. We're in a lot of trouble. They're sending tanks and everything after us. Somebody help me, please. Some help would be appreciated. These guys are just running at us right now. What am I supposed to do? Huh? What am I supposed to do? Let them attack me? Let's go ahead and learn the Type 36. We're going to need that. How are we even losing this battle? They got a lot less troops than us. A lot less divisions. How are we losing that battle? Holy cow. Doesn't even make any sense, but I don't know why, but those guys pulled back. That's a boon for us. I don't understand their logic in doing that, but they're pulling back, so that's good news. And we got, for the love of, that's a lot of troops. We're about to lose that area. I mean, they're too well prepared. Well, meanwhile, these guys are just sitting around while we're being invaded. How nice of you. How very, very nice of you. Holy cow, they just have so many troops. They have artillery. We do not. We don't have artillery. So things are still... things are really not going well for me. I mean, the battle is pretty even, but they still have numbers. Holy cow, do they have numbers. Urgh. Can I offer peace? I'd like to offer peace. I really like to offer peace. I would really like some more troops. Look how even it is. Look at how many troops they've lost. By the time this battle ends, I mean seriously. Ooh, they've improved our infrastructure and constructed air bases along our border. Yay! I am chewing my nails. Holy cow, did they manage to... How did they... How? How did they manage to take out... They're pushing us back so far right now. This isn't even funny. I mean, just look at that. They're charging forward. We cannot hold this. Nobody wants to help. These guys don't want to help. We are being invaded by Japan, and they're being a bunch of jerks. I mean, really? Really? Come on, man. They're pushing us back so far. You guys need to fall back. Oh, come on! We are in trouble. Somebody save me. Somebody please come save me, motherfucker. This is the end for our units. This is just painful to watch. So painful to watch. They were going so well, but I guess we had to lose this battle. Can we just can we surrender, please? We're kind of losing, and I just don't like this war. We are losing. Why can we not offer peace? I mean, you got 39%. You're winning at 39%. Why not? Go for it. Yeah, you can go right over there. Meanwhile, we're going to just abandon you guys and head right over here. This is nice. This is really nice. I'm all alone, playing a bunch of enemies. And my troops are completely cut off. Isn't that nice? We don't... Oh, this is a disaster. They took Nanjing. We can't. We don't have the resources to fight them off. And look at this, we only have 4 military factories. What are we even supposed to do now? This is the end. This is the end for Japan. We just can't. We can't fight against them. We're losing at every single turn. Look at that. I don't even know. I don't even know. I guess this is the end of China. The end of fascism for China. The end of us completely. But the world will still go on. And they will eventually forget the empire that could have been China. I guess that's it. China's like losing. There's no way for them to win. So I'm just gonna have to end it. Like, we have 1.81 million manpower. There's no chance. So I guess we're gonna have to end it here. Well, I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and good day.